Hi, I'm Chris Peacock, and today we're going to start a new reaction series. This is Vikings, Season 1, Episode 1, Rites of Passage. I've actually been interested in starting this show for probably 3 years or so now. Just never got around to it, but I figured, since I've started doing reactions on YouTube, that is as good an excuse as any to start this show. My dad actually recommended this show to me probably like 3 years ago or so. That and Black Sails. He said I'd like both. I did watch Black Sails based on that recommendation. I did enjoy it. Unfortunately, since I've seen it, that means I won't ever be reacting to it. But I do recommend Black Sails if you haven't seen it. I would imagine I'm going to like this series as well. I've heard it's kind of similar to Game of Thrones, maybe a little more realistic. I don't know if that's true, but we'll just say it is. I'm pretty sure it's on, I don't know what channel this series aired on, or airs on. I don't even know if this series is over. So I don't know about language and nudity and that stuff. This series might be intended for mature audiences only. I have no idea. I'm not going to police you, the viewer. Watch at your own discretion. Let's get into it. Are those two different color eyes, or is that the lighting? Is that guy running away? Okay, his eyes are the same color. Are they going to Valhalla?
Come on, let's go home.
Okay. They're mixing up the language. Okay, I was gonna ask, is the whole series in whatever language?
What?
I don't know. I don't want to take a guess and get it wrong.
Taking Björn to the thing tomorrow.
Not yet. He's not old enough.
He's 12 years old. I always dream of you. Last night, I dreamt you were feeding me blood pudding.
What does that mean?
It means you're giving me your heart.
I do know what blood pudding is, at least in the modern context, and no thank you. Yeah. That's the shots. I'm enjoying the shots.
You'll send us to the east, as always, to the Baltic lands. But I want to know what's to the west.
So I
Lord
can't
Haraldson let you?
I can't tell if that's his son, but I could also see it being little brother. I would imagine son, though.
Ida, feed the goats. If you're thirsty, I will give you a drink. If you're hungry, I will feed you. Otherwise, you must go.
I have a feeling she can handle her own. Oh, yeah, she can.
I went to confess my love to her.
I needed a Game of Thrones replacement. Even if it never reaches the highs, it can't reach the lows.
Are you ready to receive your arm ring and become a man?
Yes.
And what does a man do?
He fights.
And?
He looks after his family.
Early prediction, this kid's not going to last through the season. Okay, the prisoners are coming in. That's what they said they were here for. Okay, I'm going to have to find out what network this was on after, because They had a budget.
We should sail west. I've heard such tales roll. Great towns and cities and treasures, hoards of gold and silver.
There's nothing. I mean, yeah, America.
He told me it was
but
possible to go west.
just
over the
plants
open
and
sea,
animals.
using this.
I think the Native Americans wouldn't be there
It's a
yet,
sun
right?
ward. If the shadow only touches a circle.
The ghost remains true?
Yes. And if it passes outside the circle like this,
Then you have drifted.
Makes
You
perfect
went
sense.
too far south and must steer more to the north.
that's it.
Yeah.
What if there is no sun?
Don't put out the
Who
sun.
would help you then? How could you find your way?
We need that. What was that? Was that where the commercial would have been? I'm watching this on Amazon. Well, I downloaded it, but it's from Amazon. Ooh, murder.
It's not true. We argued about some disputed land. He pulled out a knife.
You wanted that land for yourself. You're a liar. And a coward.
Who says I'm a coward? I'm not a coward!
Did they have trial by combat?
Silence!
You knew I had a claim to it.
Enough! I ask you to look to the accused. You think that he is guilty? Raise your arms.
The decision must be unanimous.
You have been found guilty of murder.
Poor kid had to be the final vote.
How do you wish to die?
By beheading, Lord.
Your wish is granted.
You have to.
Just throw one and be done with it. There you go. Good job.
You must watch for his sake.
It's the only hope of reaching Valhalla.
And I curse him. May he never enter Valhalla. May he never feast with the gods.
Why did he do that?
Why did he
Should
do
not
that?
have done.
Can they
Hear
challenge
that,
him?
boy? This is how things are done around here.
That must be where there's commercials. I want to get that point I was trying to make across. I wasn't questioning the Valhalla thing when I was looking like off into the distance there. I was thinking how similar this is to the first episode of Game of Thrones with making the kid watch the beheading, and also when he was training the kid at the beginning of the episode, it was like Bran training in archery at the beginning. Just little similarities, that's all.
These arm rings bind you in loyalty to me, your lord, your chieftain. Any oath that you swear on these rings must be honored and kept.
Okay.
We also want to know where we'll be raiding this summer.
Can't it wait, Ragnar?
No. Tell us. We want to know.
To Russia.
Every year. We go to the same places.
Are you allowed to challenge like this?
But there is an alternative.
You want to feast in my hall. You want to sail in my ships. Anything else you want from me? You insulted me out there. And not for the first time. But believe me, it will be the last. Don't ever stick your nose in my face again.
There has to be a way to challenge him for leadership. I'm gonna assume that was the past.
What do you want?
Is he a leper?
I want to know what the gods have in store. To have this great future, must I challenge the law?
You must convince the gods to alter the runes.
So I should take the laws of men into my own hands.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go and ask the gods yourself.
Definitely not a leper.
He's shy.
which trees will make the best planks just by looking at them.
Maybe this kid isn't gonna die.
You can look inside the tree.
I'm gonna stick with the
Floki is a
prediction
boat
though.
builder.
I'm gonna assume they're actually out in a forest filming this, but
This
if
one.
they're not, this is a nice set.
Inside this tree are two almost perfect planks. It will be lighter and carry a bigger sail. The construction is different. It's built with a strong central plank. The two strakes above it are nailed directly onto the knees of the frame. The boat won't butt against the waves like a goat, but move over them like a ripple.
The hull is
Depending
different.
on how big
All
the
my
waves
men
are.
set their oars.
And we cut them into the sheer strakes.
Did anything happen while we were away?
Your daughter fed the goats.
No.
Okay, this series really is tamer Game of Thrones. Which, not gonna complain about there.
Where are your parents?
They're having sex.
We'll wait out here.
We'll have to wait.
Yeah.
To bed.
Do I have to?
Let's leave the men.
But I'm a man. I have a ring.
Let him stay a while.
To bed.
Mom gets
good
final
night.
say.
Good night, my children.
Okay. The, I don't know what his name is. The uncle has really dirty fingernails, which I was gonna comment, oh, that's pretty accurate. And then he has really clean fingernails. And he's a farmer. But I don't think that's a mistake on the show's part. I think it's intentional, so I appreciate it.
I won't go unless we're all equal.
We are brothers. You and I will always be equal.
Why are you looking at her like that?
When she shouted out in pleasure, didn't see her face. So yours. Don't insult me, Shield Maiden.
No. I would never insult you. You're too great a warrior. But perhaps not so great a man.
She's my favorite character. Please don't kill her. And I don't mean him. I mean anybody. There's that old guy again. Even if that ends up being Odin, I'm gonna call him that old guy.
She'll sink. No, she bloody won't. I shouldn't have pretended to build such a boat. It's beyond my humble capabilities.
Now it runs on its cool keel.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Why didn't you believe me? I told you I could do it.
Okay, now your fingernails are dirty. You were having dinner. You cleaned your hands to have dinner. Very modern of you. Okay. That was really good. Initial impressions are that was very Game of Thrones. Not in a bad way, in a good way. I was just looking at my phone so I could look up what channel this show was on, and I just noticed I have a spam text message from pretending to be Walmart giving me a gift card. I hate those. Alright. What channel? What channel? My fingers are too big to type on phones. I was a little worried at first that, oh, History Channel, really? Oh. Interesting. I was a little worried at first that this would all be in their native tongue with subtitles, which I wouldn't mind watching, but I wouldn't want to do it as a reaction series because the video's down in the corner really tiny. That'd be kind of hard to read, but me personally as a viewer, that wouldn't bother me. I don't mind watching something in a foreign language and having to read subtitles. That's fine. But it's nice to watch something where I don't recognize all the actors and actresses from other things too, because sometimes that can be a little distracting. The the wife, I didn't catch her name. I know the brother said it, but I didn't catch his name. She is my early favorite character. I still predict that the son's gonna die within the first season. He might not. He might still be around in the series finale, which I think I just saw is season 6, and I only have the first 5 seasons, so I'm going to assume season 6 hasn't aired yet. I might be wrong. But, I like the main character. I'm going to assume Ragnar is the main character, unless he's going to pull a Game of Thrones on us as well. I'm not going to say any character. I'm not going to say what character I'm talking about on Game of Thrones, because I don't want Game of Thrones major spoilers in this, for those of you who haven't seen Game of Thrones. But, that was still kind of spoilery, though. I can't be perfect on not spoiling other shows unless I just don't mention them. Yeah. Anyway, what was I about to say about him? Oh, I like him. Don't like him as much as his wife, though. She's awesome. The daughter, I don't really have any impression on. She wasn't in it enough. I don't care for the Earl, but you're not supposed to. The actor did a great job. The scenery, though, has been phenomenal. The background, the mountains and the forest. I'm assuming that's all real. I don't think it's fake. Like the forest, they must have been filming in a forest, but even like the mountains, they looked real. They didn't look like it was blue screen. I'm gonna actually talk more about this series than I do Doctor Who. Like before and after, like I'll recap more, because these episodes connect to each other. Clearly, that was not the end of this story, and the next episode is gonna be something new that connects. With Doctor Who, I don't really talk about like what. In the next episode, I don't really talk about what happened in the last one, because it's not gonna matter too much. But this one, I'll give my impressions more on things, because they might matter later. I mean, it kind of does on Doctor Who. That's a discussion to have in a Doctor Who video, though. For this, I very much enjoyed it. Very much looking forward to watching more. This will be a Tuesday series from now on. I actually have a actual schedule with things coming out same day every week. This will be Tuesday. Well, Tuesday here. It might not be Tuesday in your time zone. Like, it might still be Monday if you're behind me, and it might already be Wednesday if you're ahead of me. I don't know, because they're not going to put it out at the same time on Tuesday. Just whatever time on Tuesday I get around to it. But it'll be on Tuesday. Hopefully you enjoyed. Wednesdays, I'm not as much looking forward to. But we'll get into that tomorrow. See you in the next one.